could you help your local community? If so, the Gloucestershire Rural Community Council wants to hear from you. Social isolation, one of the biggest issues they deal with, as well as the risk of flooding, digital inclusion as well. It's amazing what they do. I caught up with CEO, Chief Executive Barbara Piranty, just telling me more about her role and just having a general catch-up.
Barbara, it's been a while. I'm standing outside Community House, which of course are your offices here, just a stone's throw from the cathedral. How has it been recently?
It's been good. I've been away, I've come back. So having done 15 years at GRCC, I had a 4.5-year break working in digital mental health. And now I've come back to the organisation as CEO and looking to the future and what we can offer Gloucestershire's rural communities and the county as a whole.
And that's exactly what it sort of does on the tin, isn't it? It's all about getting out there and talking to people.
It is. I think it's so important, particularly in the wake of the pandemic and the uncertainty going forward, about really helping to support the communities in the best way we can. And there's a parish survey going out this weekend to ask parish councils, what are your priorities and how can we best support you going forward in 2022 and beyond?
So what are the big issues now that, people listening today maybe could help you with, because it's a two-way process?
It is. We know that social isolation, people feel disconnected still. There's the whole digital inclusion agenda where people, for whatever reason, feel disconnected. And that whole sense of all services are going online now, and how do people access in a way that works for them? So working with village halls in looking at maybe some possible solutions for that. There's access to good food. I think the pandemic allowed us to take a step back and look at some of the problems that maybe we hadn't foreseen before going forward. So looking at food, accessing local sourcing, digital inclusion, climate change, all of that stuff starts at community level, and connecting people and having that social interaction so that people start to feel better connected again.
Okay, there are loads of volunteers involved with the GRCC. I'm thinking of flood wardens and the like, aren't there?
That's right. We're doing a piece of work with Cotswold District Council and Tewkesbury around flood wardens. So very much around anticipating and having that resilience in place for when these events happen. And we know they're becoming more frequent. So it's about preparing ourselves properly for whatever the eventuality will be. And of course, pandemic's part of that resilience.
You said you had a 4.5-year break. I mean, I imagine you come back with, fresh eyes, a different perspective,
Yes, some things don't change, but other things are very, very different. And I think as an organisation, along with every other voluntary sector organisation in the county, we have to look at different ways of delivering and what the needs are, and we have to adapt and be flexible in that approach.
Of course, big county, the Forest of Dean and the Cotswolds with very different needs,
That's right, and it's very much about local voices and working across those different parishes and those districts and finding out and working with partners as well, so that we aren't duplicating, so that we're working together on, in the same direction for the same purpose.
And of course, a couple of years' time, there's going to be quite a big anniversary, isn't there?
Yes, we're 100 years old in 2023, and we've got some big plans on how we'd like to celebrate that. As an anchor institution, we're well known in the county, and we've served Gloucestershire's communities for a long time, and the problems and the issues remain the same. They just may be packaged in a different way, but we want to use 2023 as a year of celebration for us, so keep your eye out on what's coming.
All right. Well, you mentioned you want help from people listening. What should they do if they've got maybe an issue they want to talk about? Maybe that's housing, food, flooding. What should they do?
Get in contact with us either through the website or through the telephone. So it's www.grcc.org.uk, or give us a call on 01452 528 491.
Okay, Barbara Piranty, Chief Executive of the Gloucestershire Rural Community Council. We'll do regular updates with Barbara, actually, which is great, because they do some amazing work and they need your help to